Stop. Look at your hand. There's a phone in there, right? You keep it on for an average of 4.5 hours every day. That's 1,600 hours per year, almost 70 days. But no one tells you what happens to your body during those hours. 7 proven health effects. Real research, not conspiracy theories. And in the end, there's one fact that will make you really uncomfortable. First, a few numbers so that you understand the scale. 96 times. That's how many times the average person checks their phone in a day. This is once every 10 minutes. 4.5 hours is the average smartphone usage time per day. According to App Annie, 5.3 billion people on the planet have a smartphone. This is 66% of the world's total population. And what's interesting is that none of these people have read the instructions for safe use, because it doesn't exist. But there is research, a lot of research. That's what they say. Fact number 1. Let's start with what you notice yourself, but most likely ignore. Eyes. When you look at the screen, your eyes blink 3 times less than normal. The norm is about 15 to 20 times per minute. In front of the screen, 5 to 7. This is called dry eye syndrome. And according to the American Academy of Ophthalmology, it has already been diagnosed in every 3rd smartphone user over the age of 20. But these are the flowers. That's what really affects your life every day. Blue light. Your phone's screen emits it in huge amounts, and it is who signals to the brain, it's daytime, don't sleep. A Harvard Medical School study found that blue light suppresses the production of melatonin, the sleep hormone, by 50%. What does this mean in practice? You look at your phone before going to bed, and you fall asleep 10 to 15 minutes longer, wake up more tired, and your sleep cycle shifts. Every day. For years. Researchers at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology also found that people who read from the screen before bedtime spend less time in deep sleep, the phase when the brain is recovering. Why do you think you don't have the strength in the morning, even if you slept for 8 hours? Here is one of the answers. Fact number 2. Now, let's talk about what's happening right now while you're watching this video. With your neck. Orthopedic surgeon Kenneth Hansraj published a study that has spread all over the world. When you keep your head straight, the load on your spine is about 5 kilograms. When you tilt it by 15 degrees, it's already 12. At 30 degrees, 18 kilograms. And at 60 degrees, as most people look at their phones, it's 27 kilograms. 27 kilograms. It's like carrying a baby on your head for hours at a time, every day. It is because of this that the term text neck appeared, text neck syndrome. This is already an official medical diagnosis. Symptoms: chronic neck pain, headaches, numbness in the hands, early osteochondrosis. According to a study in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science, complaints of neck pain among people aged 18 to 30 have increased by 30% over the past 10 years. It was those 10 years when smartphones became widespread. A coincidence? The data says no. Fact number 3. And now the worst part. Something that affects you right now, while you're watching it. In 2017, the University of Texas conducted an experiment. The people were divided into 3 groups. The first one was working with a phone on the table. The second one is with a phone in her pocket. The third one is with a phone in another room. The result? The first 2 groups had significantly lower cognitive abilities, concentration, working memory, and problem solving. And this is despite the fact that the phones were on silent mode. It's just that their presence loads the brain. The very fact that the phone is nearby is already taking up the resources of your brain. Now, about notifications. Microsoft conducted a study that found out that the average concentration time of a modern person is 47 seconds. In 2004, it was 2.5 minutes. It's not just a feeling, it's a real change in brain function. Every notification is a micro-interrupt. The brain needs 23 minutes to fully return to the task after the distraction. Do the math. If you get 50 to 70 notifications a day, you're basically never working at full capacity. Fact number 4, moving on to mental health. And here the data is very inconvenient. The journal JAMA Psychiatry published a large-scale study in 2019. Teenagers who spend more than 3 hours a day watching a screen have a 35% higher risk of depression and anxiety disorders compared to their peers who spend less than an hour. But it's not just about teenagers. The mechanism works for everyone. Every like, every notification, every message is a micro-release of dopamine, the pleasure hormone. The brain remembers, I checked my phone and it felt good. And he starts demanding it over and over again. This is the same pattern as with gambling addiction. Literally the same neural circuit. Researchers at the University of California have also documented the phenomenon of FOMO, fear of missing out, the fear of missing something important. He makes people check their phones even at night, interrupting sleep. 35% of smartphone users do this regularly. Fact number 5. Do you remember that I promised at the beginning one fact that would make you uncomfortable? Here he is. A study by the University of London found that the screen of an average smartphone contains 10 times more bacteria than a toilet seat. You carry your phone in your pocket, put it on a table in a cafe, hold it in your hands without washing them, and then you put it to your face during the call, to the cheek, to the ear, sometimes to the mouth. Scientists found Staphylococcus aureus, E. coli, Streptococcus on the screens. These are not horror stories. These are laboratory analysis data, ordinary smartphones of ordinary people. The good news? This is the simplest problem of all, about her, at the end. And 3 more facts that are rarely talked about. The first, electromagnetic radiation. WHO has classified radio frequency radiation from phones as possibly carcinogenic. Research is ongoing, but a number of scientists recommend not carrying your phone in your pants pocket, especially for men. Second, carpal tunnel syndrome. Constantly scrolling and holding the phone leads to inflammation of the median nerve of the wrist. Surgeons have recorded an increase in surgeries on this issue in people aged 20 to 35. Third, hearing loss. A WHO study has shown that more than 1 billion young people are at risk of hearing loss due to loud listening to music with headphones. 60% of the maximum volume for more than 60 minutes a day is already a dangerous dose. Okay, I'm not saying to throw away the phone, it's impossible and unnecessary. But that's what really works, and it takes literally 5 minutes a day. For the eyes. The 20-20-20 rule. Every 20 minutes, look at an object 6 meters away from you for 20 seconds. Relieves eye fatigue in a scientifically proven way. And turn on the night mode from 1900. Warm tones instead of blue light. For the neck. Raise your phone to eye level instead of tilting your head. It sounds corny, but it literally changes the load from 27 kilograms to 5. 3 minutes of exercise in the morning. Bends, rotations, stretching. Search for text neck exercises. For the brain. Take your phone off the table during work and meals. Not on the silent one, but from the table. And set limits in screen time or digital well-being. Start with 2 hours for social media. Most people are shocked when they see their real stats. For the psyche. Turn off all notifications except for calls and important messengers. Check your email and social media at the designated time. And the first 30 minutes after waking up without a phone. This is one of the most powerful habits for reducing anxiety. For hygiene purposes, wipe the screen with an antiseptic cloth once a day. 10 seconds. Reduces the number of bacteria by 99%. Total. The phone is a tool. One of the most powerful tools in the history of mankind. He gives you knowledge, communication, work, entertainment. But like any tool, it can cause harm if used without awareness. Today you have learned 7 real consequences: vision, sleep, neck, brain, psyche, bacteria, hearing. This is not a reason to panic. This is an excuse to do one simple thing tonight. 1. Choose any advice I've given you. 1. And try it for a week. Write in the comments which one you chose. I'm really interested. Also, how many hours a day do you spend on your phone? Honestly, screen time doesn't lie. If it was useful, subscribe. The next video will be about what happens to your brain when you watch social media. There is one effect that literally changes the structure of the brain. Don't miss it. Bye.